Hello, Joe Williamson here from Optimal Desert Living. I'm here to show you my camping rig. Actually, I have two camping rigs. This is not really my camping rig. This is my living rig. I live in that all the time. This is my camping rig. This is my Chevy Volt. It's 2016. I call it the Chevy, or I call it the Voltebago. So this is my driveway, but this is how I set it up when I go camping. Last time I was camping, I was in Santa Monica, right in the thick of the city. I went to a half marathon race there, and I didn't want to pay $200 for a hotel, so this is where I stayed. I've got it set up as I would when I'm camping, whether I'm out in the desert, whether I'm in the city, up in the mountains, or wherever. I set it up with just a simple sunshade on the front, because that's what most people use. I want this thing to be stealth. I don't want people to know I'm camping in this. On the side, looks like it's well tinted, and you can't see inside. If it was tinted, you would see inside. But here you can't, because it's not tinted. Got the engine on, so that's why you hear that beeping. This is just more of the windshield shade. Set up with black velvet cloth on there, like so. Got that on all four windows. Easily stick to the side. On the back one is a problem. Trying to get to stick on a slope is difficult. Now what I've tried doing this with duct tape. You see it leaves a lot of residue here, and it also comes off after a few days. It doesn't work so well. So right now I've got it tied, it's taut with this string here. And the string, it's fastened up here with these mounts for picture hangers. I want to use some Coroplast next time, and I think it'll work a lot better. Another problem is this thing bows down in the middle. The line is good for that. Looking inside from the back, it's important you got a good bed. You got to have a good flat bed. Got to have enough cushion. I don't need a lot of cushion, but I need some cushion. So I take the seat cushion out, and it gives me a nice flat surface. And then I've got these three panels in here. As you see, 3 panels there. Makes a nice bed. I've got roughly 3 feet width here in the back, and about 4 feet of width up there in the front. I think it's 27 inches from the bottom to the top of the ceiling, up there towards the front. That goes down to almost nothing here towards the back. And for length, I've got 5 foot and 11 inches. That's not quite long enough for me because I'm right at 6 foot tall. But what I do is I use that center console for my pillow, and that gives me an extra 6 to 12 inches for sleeping right there. So now I'm inside the Voltebago. Still got all the window shades up here. What I do when I pull up to a site, let's say this is in town, I want to look stealth, I just drive up to the site, got charge on my battery. It's pretty full right now, but I make sure I've got at least 10 miles of range on there. Just show up to the site. On this particular car, you just turn off the outside lights. You dim the inside lights to the maximum. There'll still be light in here, so what I end up doing is I take a towel and I put it up over the majority of these lights here. And I also use a sleeping mask to keep all the light out, and I get a better sleep that way. And then I also have the windows up all the way. The problem with sleeping in your car is the condensation inside. It's a dead ringer. You got somebody sleeping in a car doing something inside the car when there's a bunch of condensation outside. But it's the benefit of having an electric car, even if it's plug-in drive type like I have. You get ready to sleep. Usually put it on eco mode if I need heat or AC. Then just set the temperature where I want. I don't want to burn up the battery a lot, so I end up putting it, I don't know, 68, 72, 76, something like that. If it's mild outside, like it was last weekend in Santa Monica, I just take it off of eco mode, and then that just runs the fan. Runs the fan on low. Well, runs it on low when you put it on low. You got to adjust that too, because there's no need to be running on high all night long. But you run the fan on low throughout the night, it burns about 7 miles of charge without running any AC or heat. I've used up to 30 miles of range with using the AC on a hot night, and I think using heat is the same way. But anyway, that allows you to sleep comfortably. Use the back. It's like a sleeping pod. It's hard to see right now, but tight quarters, but it's to sleep in. Use the front for your living room. I say living room. You actually use the whole outdoors for your living room, but indoors you can use, if you want to read a book, use the internet or something like that. And here's the other thing. If you use, at least with the Chevy Volt, this is the second generation model, if you leave the engine running all night long, which is the way I do it in order to make the fan run, but the gas engine not running, it's going to, all the lights are going to come on after 2.5 hours. It's just some type of safety feature the Chevy engineers put in there, and I call it a real fail because there's no way to work around it, except for the following. What you do is in my case, I've got some thick rubber band. You can also have a ponytail ring, or you can use a C-clamp. Something you just place up here. Keep this engaged. This is your shift lever button here. Keep this in, and then you're able to sleep through the night. I mean, also keep the parking lot, the parking brake on. But with this thing engaged, without the brake pedal engaged, it's not going to move. So you're not going to be in the middle of your sleep. You don't have to worry about driving off forwards or backwards, unless you're a terrible sleepwalker, which is not the case for me or almost anybody else. But make sure you got that engaged somehow, or else you're going to get woke up in 2.5 hours. So here now, I put my car back in order. I went ahead and kept the window shades on, keep the sun out, put the seat cushion back in, and you see in the back that bed I had, is in 3 pieces, and it works out really well because they fold up. Well, I shouldn't say they fold up, but you just take the 3 pieces, stack them up there in the back, and you still got room in the boot here. Store what you want when you got it in driving mode. In this case, 5 people inside, and some are geared in the back, and this bed's here, and you pull it out when you need it. So that's it. That's my story for introducing my Chevy Volt, my Voltebago. Makes a nice camping rig. Because it's an electric car, it makes it even a better rig, especially when I want to be stealth, want to keep the windows up, no condensation, be comfortable inside. Some people live in rigs like this. Personally, I'd rather live in a rig like this and use this on occasion. But anyway, there it is. So happy trails, everyone.